Yeah, happy Valentine's Day, everybody. We had a lot going on this week. Storms, meetings, closures, all kinds of stuff. So a quick recap. We had Planning Commission this week, a special meeting on Tuesday. We had intended on having a discussion on alternate roofing materials, including metal roofs. We actually continued that for 1 month because our Design Tradition Steering Committee is working with staff and coming up with some recommendations for materials. We're pulling in some more samples to have a more robust conversation next month with the Planning Commission. We already had insurance agents, the fire department queued up to be here at the meeting this week, but we're going to pull in some more samples and have a broader conversation with everybody. So stay tuned for that next month at the March Planning Commission. We also had a special city council meeting on, was that Monday? Tuesday? Monday on the police building project.
Yes.
So we got really clear and good direction from council to begin work immediately, use money from the police building design budget to fix any safety concerns that are needed right away. So that's actually underway. We've been meeting up there all week with our IT team, with our building department, with our public works team. So we're working on that as we speak right now. The chief's actually up there this morning doing some stuff on that as well. We also will be having a follow-up meeting in the coming weeks with council. We got direction where they wanted to dive a little bit deeper into the project and understand, do some value engineering on the size and the programming of the building. And then they took the opportunity also to reaffirm that this is their top priority. I mean, we have a priority meeting coming up, and I'll talk about that in a second, but they just reaffirmed from the dais that the police building project is a top priority for them and thereby for us as well.
It's a big project.
It's a big project, an important project. So that was the special meeting. We will be closed again. We were closed on Wednesday this week for Lincoln's birthday. We'll be closed on Monday for President's Day. Same deal as always. Critical services will be available. Police, Public Works, City Hall though will be closed. Public Works building will be closed. But if you need something, call the non-emergency number of our police department. If it's an emergency, obviously dial 911. Right. But anything else, dial non-emergency. We had the Forest and Beach Commission was canceled this week because it was on Thursday when we were expecting that pretty gnarly storm, and the storm came. Maybe wasn't as bad as we thought because we fared pretty well. The city, we had some trees go down, but not a lot. We had some minor power outages, but again, nothing like we've seen in the past. So, a lot of that is due in part to the good work of our Public Works Forestry Department, who have been going around for the last year, systematically trimming, cleaning, removing dead and dying trees and limbs. So
not waiting for the storm, right?
Exactly. Yeah, being proactive about it, taking that money that council put into the budget for tree maintenance, because it's we don't just use our staff for that. We have contractors, and they do all managed, of course, by Justin and the forestry team up there. But that's a big reason why we didn't see the major power outages from these last couple of storms, because all the stuff that was just on the edge of dying or falling over came down already.
Yeah, I will say it's a big line item in the budget for working on those trees definitely.
It really is. I mean, we have a lot of trees in the forest.
Yes.
We have 13,000 city trees last count. And those are just our trees. Those don't count trees on private property.
Oh, that's a lot of trees.
A lot of trees. It's a lot of trees. So anyway, the Forest and Beach Commission will be back in March to continue conversations, including but not limited to pickleball. So come back in March.
More on that.
One more plug. We've got the February 27th City Council Priorities Meeting. This is the meeting we have twice a year to go through that list of high-level priorities. Think paid parking, Flanders Mansion, beach repairs, all those big level things that we talk about, ADU ordinance, design guidelines. So we'll be having that conversation with the council. This will be an important meeting because not only is it a new council, we have 3 new council members who are going to share their opinions and thoughts and guidance on what is a priority for city staff. But it's also, this is the one that informs our budget, because we are tipping into budget season, and you're going to talk about that. I believe we're going to be doing this meeting here in the chambers. We have done them historically in Carpenter Hall, but we're going to try them here in the chambers, a little more intimate, a little easier to control the audio-visual stuff. And so we're looking forward to that. But the reason this one's important because it keys in with our budget, budget and priorities go hand in hand because you can't do things without money, and we need the money from the budget. So Jamie, tell us what's going on with the budget.
And I would say, so that strategic planning is essential, and it's essential for the budget process this year and for the future budget processes too. But I'm excited to report that we are working on the budget now. And so now we had our first meeting of the Financial Stewardship Work Group, and that went really well, and I'm looking forward to a lot more of those. But
and that was comprised of whom? Who are the two council members on that?
Councilmember Delves and Councilmember Booter, as well as the city administrator, assistant city administrator. So just to kind of like start getting things on the table and working through things or finding out what to work on. It's the same thing as prioritizing. But we have a series of public meetings already scheduled. And so that's why I want to kind of put a word out to have people put it on their calendars. We have a work group that we'll be holding, a workshop we'll be holding to look at the 5-year CIP and financial forecast during the week of March 24. So we take some of that stuff we talked about in our prioritizing, and now we're starting to put numbers to it and understand what it means. Then we have the specific list of capital projects that we want to do for the coming year. That will be discussed in the April 1 City Council meeting. After that, we're going to come back with a draft of the complete budget, probably about the May 5 City Council meeting. And then we'll have another workshop to kind of go through that and understand that, look back at that compared to the priorities during the week of May 19. And this is all working towards an adoption of the budget in the June 3rd City Council. And I'll say, I read through that really quick. We actually approved this. This is resolution number 1 for the year, approved back in the January 13. So if you didn't catch those dates, go look them up, put them on your calendar, because we want to have everybody in here with us working on this.
Yeah, maybe what we can do, Jamie, if we can put a little plug in the Friday letter today with a link to the calendar, because the calendar is it's a public document. We adopted it. It should be on our website, and so we'll link that today because we really would like people to get involved in this.
Yes.
And that's part of what that financial stewardship work group is working with 2 of our city council members as a bit of a bridge to try to help demystify the budget process. It's complicated. It takes a very smart person like you to be able to understand it. But getting help from our city council to demystify it, and maybe getting some more engagement from our community members, because really the budget is the community's budget. I mean, this is
well,
their
the budget is what makes things happen,
Yeah.
and if it's not in the budget, it doesn't happen. So building the budget the right way with the right ideas, like this year we put a ton of money in for tree work. What do we need to do for the 25-26 year? It's what makes everything happen here in the city.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
very important.
And it's fun. I mean, we think it's fun anyway. So hopefully people will come and join that. Well, what else? Is that all you got for us?
It's going to be a lot.
Okay, it is a lot. I shouldn't minimize it that way. Well, thanks for coming on the vlog with me today, Jamie. And for those who don't know you already, this is Jamie Fields. I should have introduced you. I know you've been on already, but Jamie Fields is our finance manager. And if you haven't met her yet, please come into City Hall and say hi. She's fabulous.
For sure, anytime. We can talk numbers all day long.
She will. She's not kidding. And so you know what we say when we say goodbye on here? We say take good care. So we'll just look at the camera and say take good care.
Take good care.